I'm Bob Doogie, and I'm here to talk to you about the $6 Million Man Company. Are you a man? Or, if I'm being more specific, the head of a man who just happens to be in need of the body of a man? I'm here to tell you as the weather man of a local Channel 5 news team that there is simply nothing more emasculating than the feeling you get when you are a man's head, devoid of a body, and more importantly, testicles. Well, here's the rub. Not that you can rub them when you don't have a body, but I digress, gentlemen. I can honestly tell you with 100% certainty that if you need a body, there is simply no place to go better than the $6 Million Man Company, funded by the famous 70s television show of the exact same name. Yes, indeed. They've finally done it, and by George, they've done it in real life. So, the question remains, do you need a body? Then get your booty down to the $6 Million Man Company today in downtown Justice City. Tell them Bob Doogie sent you, and I promise not only will you get a 5% discount for mentioning my name, you won't be sorry that you did. The $6 Million Man Company, ladies and gentlemen, isn't it about time that you upgraded that body of yours?
This is Channels Television's breaking news.
Everyone, and welcome. I am Bob Doogie, coming to you live from the Channel 5 newsroom here in Justice City. It's not every day that you see me sitting here at the anchor desk, and certainly I say my passion remains with the weather and my meteorology-ing skills, but nevertheless, the seats are quite comfortable inside of this crystal tower. However, I am today standing in for Phil Philbin as he recovers from hernia surgery, and he wanted me to let you know that though his ball sack hurts very much, he's doing much better. Moving on, I have tonight a very special Channel 5 News investigative report on something that is, in one word, very, very incredible. Brought to you tonight by the $6 Million Man Company, who, as I am sure you are well aware, build bionic suits for the military as showcased in their informative but yet extremely profitable fictitious 1970s TV series of the same name. That show, though you may not have known it until now, actually funded this entire operation. And in fact, they have now managed to build the real thing in the real world and wish to share their story now with you, the people of Justice City. Yes, my friends, this is the story of a vampire whose severed head survived a massacre due to his being immortal, as vampires are, in the dark alley of a ghetto area of Justice City. That's, of course, right down Fifth Avenue beside of the A1 Brew and Lottery one-stop shop, which just happens to be just minutes outside of my own home. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of Val Paylor, the $6 Million Vampire.
We have supposed to grab that. Your parents are wrong. We need to.
It wasn't a pretty sight, and in fact, I will tell you from personal experience, where I stood in the hospital lobby watching the operation take place on a closed-circuit monitor, that I actually threw up on no less than 3 nurses present with me. Nevertheless, the significance of such an operation was incredible. It was like watching God resurrect Frankenstein's monster after Frankenstein cut his head off and was then killed by God for committing such a heinous act. Nurse, give me a scalpel and a screwdriver. I'm going to need the one attached to that there air compressor.
This one?
No. I need the powered screwdriver.
This one, Doctor?
No. The one attached to the hose.
This one, Doctor?
No, you stupid bitch. I need the one that looks like it belongs in a Jiffy Oil Hour Lube shop.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I'm not a mechanic. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nurse, I'm covered in motor oil here. I can't give you a 4th grade education while I work on this severed head. Give me the automatic screwdriver that resembles the dildo in your house.
Here, you son of a bitch.
Thank you, Jesus. Sometimes it can get very tense in the operating room. Certainly myself and the entire team of doctors and nurses have not, until now, previously had the opportunity to assemble a head to a bionic body. The breakthrough made the $6 million man company was something out of a sci-fi movie, most likely starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I, of course, was thrilled at the opportunity, but I was very nervous. I made many mistakes. The screams from his severed head was horrible. But as he did not have a functioning organ system at the time, we could not administer any anesthesia. What was it like, Val, when they told you that you would be given back a body, but not just any body, a bionic one?
It was the most rewarding and yet horrifying moment of my entire life. I had lived as a severed head in that alley for months. The things they did to me, they were awful. I had hobos using my mouth and ear cavities as both a respiratory and an aphrodisiac, basically on a nightly basis. So as you can imagine, I was thrilled at the opportunity to once again have a body. Having your head cut off is terrible. I've killed so many people in my time that I used to sympathize with my victims. I mean, I too was bitten by a vampire as a human. I remember what it was like. But being murdered as a vampire, when I, of course, cannot die, was far beyond anything I could have imagined. I think now I will kill with no remorse, because if they can't deal with having their blood drained from their bodies, I think my question to them will simply be, how would you like to live life as a head, remembering the feeling of being decapitated, but not able to feel it anymore, being that I had no body? Pussies, I say, weaklings, all of them.
Interesting. Now that you have a bionic body, have been given a second chance at really living life to the fullest, I guess I would have thought you would have changed your ways, maybe become a friendly vampire, one that would teach or help give life to others, maybe be a charitable person. Is that not what you desire?
No, of course not. I am a stone-cold killer. Nothing will change that. Are you crazy? The only thing now that will change is the speed and accuracy with which I kill my prey.
And this prey that you speak of, I mean, I thought as a bionic man, you would not necessarily need to feed on humans anymore. I mean, you don't even really need to eat, right? I mean, the bionic body is completely self-sufficient. Isn't that right, Dr. Packer? Yes, Bob, that's correct. The body needs for nothing. In fact, it runs on electricity and solar power.
Yes, of course. This body wants and needs for nothing, but, Mr. Doctor, I'll tell you that, though my limbs have been replaced with metal, my thirst for blood has not been quenched, and I remain a vampire in my own mind. I figured that I can finally get back to being me, get back to being Val Paylor, except that I won't be selling vacuums anymore.
What will you be doing then?
Running marathons competitively. I figure if I'm not winning, I could simply kill the leader and win anyways. Sponsorships will pay for everything. Housing, cars, and the women will be swooning like there is no tomorrow.
Interesting. And now you, Dr. Packer, hearing this testimonial from a man you felt would be the perfect test subject for such an operation, how do you feel about the work you've done? Now that you know you've created a literal killing machine, raised a monster from the dead, so to speak. Well, Bob, I have to say I felt pretty stupid. I thought for sure this jackass vampire would come back to the living world, ready to take on new challenges and set an example. I guess all I can say is to you, Val, who the hell do you think you are? I gave your life back, and you thanked me by slapping me in the face on live television, talking about killing people with more accuracy. I gave you a bionic body to be a blessing to this earth.
Excuse me, Mr. Doctor Man. I think you gave me a bionic body to be a commercial for your sacrilegious company and its counterfeit ways. Do you think I don't know about your embarrassment? You think I don't know about your underhanded business dealings in funding the mob to blackmail this here weatherman?
Well, now, hold on a second. That's all hearsay. Shut your mouth, Doogie! Now you listen here, you vamp-brained left-wing metal douche
brains out on live television and show the world how much gray matter exists in that big head of yours.
Gentlemen, let's calm down now. This was supposed to be a nice, heartwarming documentary about the advancements of science.
You shut your mouth, weatherman, or you're next, Doogie. I will destroy you, your company, and your ass packer. Or should I say, fudge packer.
You son of a... Say your prayers, Paylor. Wait, where'd it go?
No, before you say yours. Don't worry, Doogie. My thirst has been quenched for now.
As you can imagine, the scene was horrific. Blood everywhere. Dr. Packer dead, and Val full like a grandfather on Thanksgiving Day. Mean I had shit my pants, but I was alive nevertheless. So Val, now that your doctor is dead and the $6 million man company is bankrupt from their sponsorships being pulled almost immediately after the operation, are you going to seek out another one? Another doctor?
Why would I do that?
Well, I mean, it could be that, your bionic body needs a, tune-up?
I guess I didn't think about that.
I mean, isn't it true that at this point, the only quote-unquote immortal part of your body is your head? You could be a severed head living on the street again in no time. I mean, if the proper maintenance isn't administered to the hardware, right?
You make a good point, Doogie. It's too bad you couldn't have told me that before I sucked his blood.
Well, I guess it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
You better watch it, Doogie, or I might crumble your cookie in a minute. I've got to get out of here and find a worthy maintenance shop. Where's the nearest Jiffy Oil Hour Lube?
2 blocks down on the right, beside the terrace heater. You can't miss it.
Don't call me again, Doogie.
Cut! Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. While a head may be ahead of the game, you can't always count on them when they're a raging vampire and a raging asshole. We reached out to the widow of the Dr. Packer for a statement about the now failed $6 million man company and if they will make a comeback. But no response has been given. Thanks for watching Channel 5 News, and be sure to tune in next week for the return of Phil Philbin and his biopic report of the blooming business of bionic man maintenance and oil changes. For Channel 5 News, I'm Bob Doogie. Good night, everyone. Be safe, and be aware of the necessity of garlic and a flamethrower when being stalked by a bionic vampire. I'm Bob Doogie, and that's my statement. Doogie, sponsor of the Jiffy Oil Hour Lube Bionic Body Maintenance Department. 10 minutes ago, I told you all about the $6 million man company that subsequently went out of business after my biopic report reliving the horrors of a vampire we put into a bionic shell who then murdered the CEO of the $6 million man company. Since then, outside of the hundreds of lawsuits I've received for the fraudulent practice of sponsoring bionic body sales on national television, I've signed a sponsorship with the Jiffy Oil Hour Lube Maintenance Department, who, if you've recently bought a bionic body from that $6 million man company, can now service your hind parts for what we like to call one hell of a good body discount. That's right. I'm Bob Doogie, and if you head down 2 blocks from the Channel 5 News building just outside of the ghetto in Justice City, you'll find yourself in the hands of service technicians who would be more than happy to service you and your bionic balls. Don't hesitate, and don't rust your butt. Head on down to the Jiffy Oil Hour Lube today. Your organic head will thank your bionic body. I can promise you that, because I'm Bob Doogie, and of course, that's my statement.
echo. To the Echo Radio Show.
Live from the HOC production studio. Production house. Studio
I'm
number
all turned around.
Studio number 2. He's really flustered. You guys aren't going to hear this, but always before every show.
So upset.
Before every show, we always listen to the skit that the other person prepared because all we do is, we perform our voices, send it over to the other person, that's it.
Yeah.
And we kind of celebrate the skit together.
Yeah.
And I came into this, and of course, it's going to sound perfect after now that you guys have heard it, but when I just listened to it, there was no automation, sounds were not where they were supposed to be, music was super loud, and it was just, Nick, it was a disaster.
I don't know what happened. I do the automation edits as I go.
Yeah.
And so whenever I go to export it to iTunes, it's, I've already listened to it a half a dozen times.
Yeah, but you always got to listen to the final file.
I must have, edit undone something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But there was no volume control whatsoever.
Nothing. It was just,
I'm very upset about it because it really just ruined the whole experience.
I know. It really.
I did those two. I basically free-formed those commercials
before and
kind of
after
off the top of my head,
Yeah.
and I was very excited because I thought they were funny, and the whole middle was just ruined. So anyway, I'm going to fix it, and when this goes live Wednesday, it'll be fixed.
Yeah.
But
well.
anyway. Well, Derek.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to recover from this. I don't know. I think I'm going to just shut down.
I'm going to try. Okay, so I had several things to talk to you about that happened this week.
Okay.
Number one, I am, you had a Disney rant recently.
Yeah.
I hope that next week, by the way, we're going to have a Disney veteran on.
From Disney, so we got to be careful on my rants. Don't listen to previous shows.
But maybe she can give you some advice.
Yeah, advice that won't do me any good today, okay? Or for the next 3 years.
Yeah, but that's for Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, so I have been hesitantly awaiting the release of the new season of House of Cards.
Yeah.
Have you watched House of Cards?
Oh, yeah.
You've seen it.
All but the most recent season.
Most recent season was very good.
Yeah.
Well, when I say the most recent, I mean the last year's.
Yeah,
not,
last year.
not
Right.
the one that just came
where
out.
Kevin Spacey, before we knew he was a sexual deviant.
Right, exactly. Yes. And I'm going to ask you something, America and Derek.
Yeah, okay.
Are we shocked by the fact that Kevin Spacey's gay and he's fondling men in a closet? I mean...
gay, no. I mean, it's like, I get it.
The sexual harassment was of guys, by the way.
Yeah, I know. He would grab them on, he would, cup their balls and be like, hello,
and it's not that I'm not saying that's okay to do or anything, but, it happened around the same time as the whole Me Too deal and Harvey Weinstein and everything, and so, I don't know. I was just upset. I was like, you know what? I don't really care. I know Kevin Spacey did some wrong, but okay, fine.
Yeah.
I was worried. I said to myself, I wish they would just cancel House of Cards.
Yeah.
Because I don't like Robin Wright.
Yeah.
I don't like her. I don't know if I've said that on the show, but...
You have. I mean, Nick is just he's a sexist and he hates women. White women in particular.
No, that's not... I mean, it's not that at all. I just don't like her.
Yeah, I get it. No, I'm not, personally, she was probably my least favorite character on the show. She was always the source of a lot of problems. Remember that one where Kevin Spacey is the president? He's talking to the Russia guy, and they finally come to a deal, and then she ruins everything.
Yeah, in the jail cell. With the guy that kills himself.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn it, Robin Wright. And I know it's not her.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I have to wonder if it was... I don't know, anyone else, I would like her better.
Yeah.
Because I understand the things that she did, but she's just such a, I don't know, she has this, face.
Yeah.
It's like one, it reminds me of Ben Stiller in the model movie that he did,
Zoolander.
Where he he turns his face and he does the pose and it's always the same.
Yeah, always left. Yeah.
That's like what she is. She has one face, and that's all you ever see in every movie, in everything I've ever seen her in, including Wonder Woman, including Princess Bride. I don't see any emotion.
Forrest Gump, she had some emotion.
Well, that's true. But she was quite a bit younger. But okay, I'll give her that.
All right, good.
I'll give her that.
You didn't even realize it was the same person.
No, I knew she was in that.
Oh, whatever.
Again, my least favorite character in Forrest Gump is Jenny.
Yeah. Because she's the source of all his damn problems.
Exactly. That's my point.
God, she always plays this person.
She's always the worst. Like, she in Princess Bride, like, she's this guy. I mean, this guy does nothing but worship the ground she walks on, and what does she do?
Yeah.
You know?
She's always the worst.
And I'm serious. Like,
she pretty much, anytime, before anybody brings her a script, before I even open this and read it, is, am I the worst?
Yeah, right. And it's like the writers and the directors are like, who can we get that everyone's going to hate?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That chick.
Yeah.
Robin Wright? Yeah. We'll get her. She'll do it.
Oh, God.
Anyway, okay, so moving on.
Yeah.
I said to myself, I'm going to watch it because the last season of House of Cards really left it on a cliffhanger. I mean, it was you need it to be resolved.
Yeah.
I love the show.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I thought American Beauty was creepy. I thought Kevin Spacey was creepy after that.
It was definitely a creepy movie, but then I'm like, ooh. Like, now that I watch it, and I'm like, knowing what I know now, I'm like, oh, man.
I wondered about him for a long time after watching that movie. It's a weird movie.
Yeah, it really is.
And he's weird, but I don't care. Like, it was, okay, I don't
He's
really...
a damn good actor, and I think, what's his face, Chappelle made a great argument. He's like, couldn't we wait just 6 more months before we just blew this out of the water?
Exactly. Like, I mean, come on. For God's sakes. Like, this would have been the last season anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I watched the first 2 episodes, and there are a couple reasons that I will probably at least try to get through the remainder of the season.
Oh, so it's out now, though?
No, it's out. Yeah,
it
just came out a couple days ago, and we started watching it. I will say this: American Horror Story this year, Apocalypse, has a fantastic. It's been hard for me to watch this season because it's about the Antichrist, and so it's very. Very demonic, in a very hardcore way.
Yeah,
I don't know how to describe it any further than that.
Okay,
it's a little hard to watch because it's very.
Well, season 2 has been hard for me to watch.
Well, this is something.
Okay, all right, good.
This is like devil worship in your face, just makes you feel uncomfortable. But that being said, the guy that's playing the Antichrist, who is the son that's born in Murder House, the first season.
Oh, so the last kid,
Yeah, he's grown up, and that's how this season ties that in with Coven. Anyway, moving on. He is a fantastic actor. Yeah. His name is Aaron something. I have to look it up. But it's funny because we were watching House of Cards, and he shows up. Oh. And I was like, wow, that was fast. Because I'd never seen him before, American Horror Story, which is also this year.
Same universe?
No. He's not the Antichrist in House of Cards.
Oh,
at least I don't think. He might be.
Hey, that's the big twist.
But we were sitting there, my wife and I, watching it, and I said, isn't that the guy from... And she said, I don't know. Like, yeah, I think it is. And I looked it up on IMDb, and there was an article at the very top of the page that said the rise of Aaron, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
How fast it's happened. Yeah. And he's fantastic. So I really enjoy his acting. Also, I thought it was funny. They added this season to House of Cards Greg Kinnear and Diane Lane, who are evidently people who made a deal with Frank Underwood before the end of the last season, which, of course, we never knew.
Yeah.
And they just come in this season as if you know that.
Yeah.
And I made a Facebook post, and I said, hashtag Greg Kinnear is not enough to salvage this thing.
Yeah.
And neither is Diane Lane. Like, it's just, I mean, as good as they are, it's not enough. Yeah. It's bizarre the way they introduce those characters. Anyway, nevertheless, the guy that's in American Horror Story, Diane Lane, Greg Kinnear, after the end of the second episode, it's very interesting what's going on with them. He's actually their son in this season. And I may try to push through.
I'm going to need you to, Nick.
I might try to push through to see what happens.
You got to let me know if I should watch these next 2 seasons. But
you should definitely watch the last season.
Okay.
But this one, I mean, first of all, there are flashback scenes of Robin Wright's character as a child being sexually molested.
Oh.
And there's a whole thing, like undertone about molestation because of that. And I'm thinking to myself, did you have to do this?
Yeah.
He didn't molest women. Why does this season have to be about her getting raped? Like, I'm sorry. I understand that that's what's in the news. I get it. But is this what they had to make it about?
Yeah.
It's like they did it intentionally to just, like, shove the knife in Kevin Spacey's back.
Yeah.
He died, by the way. I'm going to spoil it. Sorry.
All right.
Because it was spoiled for me. No, I mean, you did not know this.
Yeah.
Episode 1, the first 5 seconds, they're like, oh, by the way, he died.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Well, I think all of us knew that was coming anyway.
I mean, and it's kind of like with Roseanne.
Yeah, well, we knew.
Did you have to kill her?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just so...
Well, but how do you get rid of her? And that's...
I don't know. It's just...
I was listening to her interview with Joe Rogan, and I mean, it's just like, she was upset that they killed her the way they did, but I'm like, but how do you just disappear and keep doing the show?
Well, I'll tell you what you do. You cancel the show.
Yeah.
Because it would be... Let me put this in perspective.
All right.
Can you imagine Seinfeld without Jerry Seinfeld?
Well, yeah.
It wouldn't be a
funny.
show.
Well, I think they should have made a spinoff and like Joey, but in Kramer.
Which, by the way, Kramer, yeah. I mean, that might be it. But, Joey, which lasted, one half season or something?
It was pretty bad, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like that, where it's just it's their show.
Yeah.
Like, this was Kevin Spacey's show.
Yeah.
And she was just a bystander who I think got lucky, in my opinion, to even be blessed with the publicity of being on this show.
Yeah.
And I don't know. In the first 5 seconds, you find out that he's dead, and which sucks. I mean, again, yes, I think that's what we all assumed.
Yeah.
But they, in 2 episodes, haven't told us why or how.
Well, maybe that's the big reveal.
And all of the pictures that they've shown with her at the funeral doesn't show his face.
Yeah.
So I assume it's just someone else's hands that she's,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, this is awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. And every single character has been basically downgraded. Like, she was supposed to pardon Frank's assistant. Oh, shoot.
Doug?
Doug. He's in a mental hospital.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
and I mean, it's just all this stuff is like, what?
I need to watch that other episode. Jesus Christ.
It is so bizarre what they've done to this season. And everything was explained to me in the opening credits, because it used to be Kevin Spacey was the producer.
Right.
Robin Wright is the executive producer.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it's like she said to the cast and crew, hey, I'm going to pay for it. We're going to do it my way because now I want me to be the one.
Well, I don't. Yeah. I mean, she definitely. There was a lot of things going on before he even got fired. Was like, they were trying to get her equal pay because she said, I want equal pay. They said, okay, you got it. But she wasn't getting equal pay. Not to Kevin Spacey.
But in my opinion, just because she is a woman, she is not the focus of the show.
Yeah.
She didn't write like what he did.
Yeah.
She didn't produce it like he did.
Yeah.
So there's reasons that he was getting paid more, in my opinion. Now, I don't know all the background, so maybe it's true that, equal pay and whatever, but I don't know. In my opinion, they should have just canceled this thing. It's a train wreck.
All right, well.
After 2 episodes, it's a train wreck, and I'm very upset about it.
Stay with it. I need you to
I'm gonna, like I said.
I need you to waste 8 more hours of your life. Do it for the show.
Her entire, by the way, her senior staff person and everything, they're all brand new.
Yeah.
We've never seen these people. We don't know who they are.
Yeah.
There's no background. They act like they've been in the White House for years, and there are several scenes where she breaks the fourth wall, and the statement she makes to the camera is, everything he's told you in the past 5 years is false. That's what she says.
Well, then no, now the show doesn't mean anything.
She says everything he told you in the last 5 years is wrong or not right or something, some twist of what I just said there.
Yeah.
She said it probably in 2 episodes 5 times.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's bizarre.
You're going to have to finish this, Nick. You have
and maybe I'll say this.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be surprised and it'll be great.
I hope you are.
But the first 2 episodes is a complete train wreck.
You heard it here first, people.
Very upset
House of
about
Cards pisses Nick off.
It grinds my gears.
2 thumbs up his ass.
All right.
Uncomfortable. That should be it. That's the new. Anytime we go on our little rants, two thumbs up our ass for To the Echo.
Yeah, I ruined our skit. I'm mad about House of Cards. This whole show is over.
Is there anything else that I need to hear about? Did you get your period?
No.
Oh my God. No.
But there is a couple other things I wanted to get to tonight.
Okay. All right.
Before we get to my, exciting purchase that I think you'll want to weigh in on, I wanted to mention something. Have you seen the glitch in Red Dead Redemption? After you talked about it, there's a big glitch.
What glitch?
Okay. Evidently, it turns one particular road into a massive horse grave.
No, I haven't seen this.
There's a picture here.
Oh my God.
I can't. I guess I can kind of turn the computer here. Yeah, just come over here and look at this. This is the glitch, and you see that the horses are in the middle of the road and they're on fire.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's terrible.
So you need to go try to find this.
Yeah.
With millions of players putting Red Dead Redemption 2 through its paces, the first major glitch has been discovered: a roadway that causes spontaneous combustion of your horse. And there's a pile of horses in this screenshot here that are all on fire.
Oh my God. I haven't had really any issues there. I will say last night I was playing and I was chasing down this guy for money.
Yeah.
And I finally catch up to him and they tell me not to kill him. And I'm like, all right, why? They said I can't kill him. I can kill his horse. So I go into Deadeye and I shoot his horse in the ass until his horse dies. But unfortunately, he was running alongside a train.
Yeah.
And I'm riding behind him, and his horse kind of falls, dies immediately, throwing the guy I'm not supposed to kill, into a moving train and kills him.
Oh my gosh.
And then my horse trips over the horse's dead body, and I fly into the train, and I get gravely injured, and my horse gets murdered. And so I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere with a guy whose head's been literally decapitated. Like, he has no head in the game now. And I'm like, well, I'm
going to have to get this game.
I guess I'm just going to have to get his money, and I just rob his body. And then I have no horse, so then I have to I essentially go walking for 20 minutes until a lone guy comes, and I'm like, I'm not even going to tell him I'm robbing him. I just pull a gun out, shoot him, and take his damn horse. His horse kicked me in the face, so I had to go chase the horse down and be like, here, boy, here. Okay, come with me.
Well,
it's fun.
I saw this article today when I was prepping for the show, and I thought it was hilarious. I'll just read these two little paragraphs here so that you'll know where to go. But It says, like a nightmare pulled straight from HBO's Westworld, the first major glitch involves the mass death of computerized horses. It's a particular dirt path near the game's town of Rhodes, R-H-O-D-S, or O-D-E-S.
I don't think I've been there. It's a big-ass map.
Yeah, so this appears to be the culprit. Nearly anything that passes through seemingly bursts into flames, including horses, people, and carriages. And evidently, whoever wrote this article was passing by, and it was a massive pile of flaming horses.
It looks scary. It is. Like, if I walked into that, I'd be like, oh, my God.
The funny thing is, it's like their fur has been burned off.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the details.
It's really...
Like, you'll walk next to a horse who's just standing there, and then poop will come out of his butt, and it'll hit the ground. Like, everything about that.
Well, this is very intense. Like, this screenshot looks very intense.
Oh, God. No.
I mean, they're literally like meat laying here. It's really bizarre. So... you'll have to go find Rhodes and try whatever that town is and try to see if you can find where everybody's bursting into flames.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have angry tendencies and you don't want to do it in the real world, like here, I was chasing down this guy who owed my partner money, and he barely spoke English. I beat the living crap out of him, and he's like, I don't have any money, just take whatever you want. So he stands in front of the one thing that's very expensive, and he like I'm not going to notice.
Yeah.
And I rob the rest of his house, and I get enough for the debt, but that's not enough. I see he's standing there, and I go over to him like, what are you hiding? And I throw him, and I find his wedding ring, and you know what? I took it.
Oh, wow.
And then he was like, no!
If it was my wife's wedding ring, it would have been worth quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, $200.
Oh, okay. No. No.
I don't. I don't think I know.
It was expensive.
If you would have told me, Nick, I would have said, but you could have bought me a guitar.
Yeah. I could have bought you several.
My God.
It was a Tanzanite ring. $200.
Okay, yeah.
No, Tanzanite's actually rare.
Oh.
So
That's what the guy told you, right? He was like, "Oh, this comes from the wills of the Beverly Hills."
No, this is. I did my research on this one. It was quite enthralling.
I don't think you did.
I did think it was also interesting to mention, though, that how long has Red Dead Redemption been out? A month, 2 months, couple months here?
No, it's been out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's not long.
No,
right? I thought it was at least a month, but
no, it came out October 26th.
So after 3 days, they almost broke $1 billion.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it.
That's wild.
Best-selling game out of the gate.
That's really something.
Yeah, I mean $60 dollars a pop, and then of course they have like the limited editions for $80 and $100 and all that. I mean, yeah, but it's also this studio gives, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Like Grand Theft Auto did so well. The fact that it's still going 5 years later.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Grand Theft Auto Online.
You could go play any of the Grand Theft Autos, and I think you would still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thoroughly.
But this game it's different. It's definitely, there's a lot of similarities in terms of mechanics, but it is a very different game. And
which is what you want from a good, video game company, I think is.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It is fun to kind of ride a horse. Like I'm telling you, dude, I like now I'm starting to care what I wear in the game. So I bought like a really nice cowboy hat and all that.
Yeah.
But then I went to the fair. I don't want to talk about the fair this week. I'm going to talk about it next week.
Okay, I'm excited to hear about it. Yeah. But I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I did see there like cowboy hats, and I'm like, this is the first time in my life that I've even remotely been interested in looking at them. Like, I was like, I guess
I told you I have one.
This is where I become a country music star. Game.
It's funny that you mentioned that because first of all, I will say I do have a very small rant about the fair. I didn't get to go, and the reason was that we didn't have a chance during the week, and we were thinking about going on the weekend. I went around the corner today.
Yeah.
And, of course, Highway 78 is where one of the entrances to the fairgrounds is.
Yes.
And it's, just around the corner here.
Right.
I went over to the Sphinx that's there on the corner to get gas. The fair traffic was backed up to the Sphinx, which, if you're familiar with the area, is, I don't know, 5-6 miles from the fairgrounds?
Yesterday, it was backed up all the way out on the 26 to the...
Yeah,
it took me an extra 30 minutes to get home
at College Park.
Because I couldn't get off the exit, so I had to go to Somerville and go around.
I mean, generally at fair time on the weekends, it's a little, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen it like this, and I've certainly never seen. Because, again, if you don't know the area, then this means nothing to you. But suffice it to say that if I was to go around the corner from my house to Highway 78, that is not the main way to get to the fair. Normally, you'd be on the interstate. This is a back road.
Right.
The back road was backed up 6 miles.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
We went on... All right, I'll just talk about it.
Well, you don't have to.
No, it's fine. And but it'll just be a little out of context next week. But I'll have a surprise for all of you.
Okay, that's fine.
Just
give us a synopsis, a quick synopsis.
Okay.
Have you ever been?
Yeah, I've been.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I've gone with you.
No, that's right.
Actually,
yeah, we went. That's
we
right.
went and got turkey legs.
That's right.
It was a good time. It was romantic back before I was a father.
Yeah, but now you've had a kid, and so it's a different experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, so, okay, damn it. My wife's like, hey, on Thursdays you can get tickets from Circle K, and you buy one, and you get to bring a friend for free.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And kids
cool.
under 5 are free. Oh. So I was like, great. So we went there for essentially $10.
Wow, that's pretty neat. I didn't know that.
Good. That was a good deal. So we went on Thursday.
Yeah.
First thing I noticed was obviously it wasn't as crowded as Disney. That was nice. And it wasn't hot as balls either.
During the week, it's usually not very crowded.
Yeah, it was actually very nice. But anyways, we pull in, and like when you pull in, there's the parking to the left.
In the dirt.
And it's like right there, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, our guy waves me and 3 guys to go around.
Oh, no.
And then he lets everybody behind me just pull right in and walk the fuck in.
Oh, wow.
No, I have to drive like 2 miles around.
You were in the clown parking lot at the edge.
Yeah. They took us all the way around. The only benefit of that is that I get out of the park pretty fast.
Yeah.
That is the only benefit. But it was like it added 10 extra minutes to our commute, to the walk to get into the damn park.
So that means that you you would have been better to go to the entrance on the other side because that's where you parked.
But they wouldn't let us in.
That's ridiculous.
They wouldn't let us in that way.
Bunch of idiots.
So we get there. Baby's excited because I think she liked the idea of the park when we went to Disney. It was just all the other stuff that came with it.
Yeah.
So we get into the park. All right, we're looking around. I'm like, oh, it's nice, whatever. And my wife's like, all right, well, how many tickets should I get? And I'm like, well, I'm sitting there thinking tickets are going to cost $10-15. Right, so we can ride like 3 or 4 rides each. No, you get up there and it's like each ticket is $1.30 or something. So my wife's like, "Well, how many tickets?" I'm like, 15 tickets. I don't know. So she gets 15 tickets for almost $20.
Yeah,
which is just like, and they count my daughter, even though she's free to get in. They still count her as a person on a ride, not even 2 years old. So to ride 2 kiddie rides, it cost us 6 tickets for me and my daughter to ride one, and 3 for my wife, 3 for my daughter on another one. And we had 3 left, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to buy more tickets because I want to ride another damn ride.
I
say something here?
I don't want to ruin this for you.
Okay.
I've never bought tickets at a outside party.
I know they got the band, but I wasn't going to ride. We were never going to ride more than 2 or 3 rides.
Yeah, okay. So
it didn't make
when
sense.
you go to buy them at the gate, you can get a ticket that will give you pretty much unlimited rides.
Yeah, the band, but how
it's
much?
I think it's $25 or maybe $30.
But that's for one person, right?
Right, exactly. So you have to ride a bunch of rides if you do that,
and we don't.
Okay, so then.
So damn it. So I'm like, we're looking around. All right, what ride should we ride? And we're like, all right, we look at a couple kiddie ones, and my wife's like, ooh, that one, and no, only kids allowed, like alone,
Yeah.
And I'm like, our daughter's not going to grasp the concept of getting on a ride by herself.
Yeah.
So my wife gets on this Bumblebee ride, which is a lot like the Dumbo ride.
Yeah. Okay.
My daughter's screaming and crying.
I'm aware of it. Yeah.
My daughter's screaming and crying the whole time she gets on there. She calms down a little bit once the ride starts.
Yeah.
Then I get her and we go on a little train. I was like, I want the least scariest ride, like this part of her normal world as possible.
Yeah.
So we get on this train and she has a good time. She's like, whoa, she was having a good time.
Yeah.
And then after we get off, I'm like, all right, damn it, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I want to eat. But so we walk around the park. We do 2 loops because I have to essentially convince myself that, damn it, I'm going to have to eat bad. It's the only way I can eat.
It's pretty much all you can do. If you're going to eat there,
or a turkey leg, and I just was not feeling a turkey leg.
Yeah, I think I've grown out of turkey legs. They're just so.
It's a lot of meat.
Yeah, it's very salty.
Yeah,
very salty. But anyway,
so we went to the smokehouse place that was really good, and I got. I got nachos.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it bad.
This was one of the probably local people that do barbecue. Yeah, those are always good. They're always good.
Nachos were awesome. My wife got a pizza for her and my daughter, and then I was like, you know what, damn it, I'm already in, so we might as well, let's get ice cream.
Why not?
So we get sundaes, and the sundaes were $6, but they were huge.
Yeah. It's not like Disney. Some places
Disney was huge, man. For that money, I was surprised. It's like, hey, if you ever want a good deal anywhere at parks or fairs, ice cream.
Ice cream is generally a good way to go.
It's the best deal.
Yeah.
So we ate that, but ultimately, it was a lot of walk around, and then, I went to this one game, the darts to throw at balloons to win my daughter.
I love playing. That's why I like to go is play the games.
Yeah, well, it's like I gave the lady $5 for 2 needles, and you have to pop one.
Yeah.
And I popped 2 with both of them because I'm just that damn good, right?
Yeah.
She still gives me the same prize she would have given me if I just popped one.
And see, it's a jip.
Oh my God! And then as we're walking away, all these other guys, like basketball guys, like, hey, you could trade in your prize, and we'll upgrade you to another prize. Like they're all like trying to steal my kid's toy to get me into playing, and I was like, no,
don't do the basketball.
F you, I suck at basketball.
It's funny, I watched a YouTube video not too long ago about how fair games, like the physics of fair games, and of course they're always against you, but some are basically impossible. One of those being the rope climb. He was talking, it was really interesting, the guy talking about it. He was talking about how they basically set it to where your center of gravity is impossible because it's only attached at one end. So you think that it's like a tightrope or something.
Right.
But because it's attached at one end, unless you keep like the very center of your body over the rope the entire time, which is practically impossible because you're your legs and arms are not in the center of your body,
right,
you're going to flip over. So that's one of the impossible ones. The basketball, though, of course, as I'm sure you know, the basketball is larger than the rim. So there's like some way to bounce it in that it would work, but pretty much
it's a lot harder.
My favorite game to play is the water gun.
Yeah, squirt gun. Because all you got to do, if you just start it and you hit the target right in the beginning and hold it, you won.
Yeah, and I would say that I don't know, 9 out of 10 times you can win, or
I win all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
When I went 2 years ago, we won. Or I won a couple. In fact, I won 3 in a row.
Yeah,
and then a mom paid me to win something for her kid.
Yeah. Of course, the animals are cheap, but it's I like it. It's fun to do that.
Win.
Yeah. So I enjoy going through the fun houses and the haunted houses, even though they're really cheap. I think they're fun.
Just a loud buzz.
I think it's hilarious, and the water gun games and the Ferris wheel. That's generally what I do.
So. I wanted to ride the Ferris wheel, but my wife was convinced our daughter would be terrified. I was like, all right.
Well, it does grab your stomach, so it's possible, and you're not getting off that thing once you're on.
No, I know.
There's no getting off.
It just would have been. It would have been interesting. But
I also enjoy. Sometimes they have decent acts that come and sing.
Yeah,
sometimes
there was a Journey cover band, and it was funny because they were singing. I'm like, man, their harmonies are great. And they were playing some off-the-wall Journey songs. And then as we're leaving the park, then you hear, any way you want it, that's the... I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, the person sounded a lot like Steve Perry. They're from Nashville.
Last time I went, I saw the Willis Clan. Have you heard of them?
No.
This is a group made up of kids. It's like a family, and there's 5 or 6 kids. Like, it's a big family.
Yeah.
And they're very talented. They sing Irish music, and they're all, they all play guitar and banjos and everything, and they dance and they sing, and they're very talented. They've actually gotten pretty popular ever since I saw them there. They're on TV all the time. If you go look them up, they're all over the internet.
Yeah.
But they were there playing, and they were very, very good. So a lot of times you can catch, generally they're either very old, like they've been around a long time, or they're kind of breaking in.
Yeah.
So...
I had a better time here than I had at Disney. It was far cheaper.
That's for sure.
I will say that, but...
did you go to the animals? Did you take her to see
animals? We did.
Cool.
Of course, I will... of course, we're going to all the little ponies, and we're going to the cows and the llamas, and, she's having a great time. And then this little bitch donkey bites her.
What?
Bites her on the hand.
Bit her? You're kidding me.
She I did not give her food.
No.
I tried to give her food. She would just throw it.
Oh, no.
But you don't want her to give her food because if you finger feed them, they'll bite your fingers. But she just held her hand out to him, and he just, I saw his big mouth.
Was she okay?
She cried, but it bit her. I just watched his big donkey teeth chomp down on her fingers.
Yep.
And she's like, she was shocked. She was like, whoa. What the hell is it? And then she cried for probably 5 minutes.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. It's like, here we go. Let's get the home.
I always, it's a cheap time, but for me, it's always a fun time. It's kind of classic, reminds me of being a kid.
Yeah, you got to go.
You got to go.
She'll like it next year.
I was very upset we didn't go, but we just didn't have a chance during the week. And when I saw that traffic, I said, no, we're not going.
During the weekend.
Not like that.
No, not at all.
Forget it.
Yeah.
The weekend is always busy, but I've never seen it like this.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Dude, it's Charleston. We don't have much to be excited about.
I know.
The Coastal Fair. Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh. So I was excited this week.
Yeah.
I have made a decision.
Okay.
I'm going to go back and relearn properly to play the piano.
Okay.
I've decided. I love the piano.
Yeah.
I love playing it. I used to play it, but I never really learned... I could chord is pretty much what we learned to do.
Yeah.
I want to learn it for real. I really do. Okay. So I purchased a digital piano this week.
What kind?
I was very excited, and this is what I wanted to tell you about. So give me a sec. I'm going to pull up the actual...
Is it a Yamaha?
It is a Yamaha.
Is it a P27 or P something?
Give me just a second. I will actually... It's the Yamaha Arius YDP 143R, which means Rosewood.
Is it weighted keys?
This is the weighted 88 key keyboard that's built. It has a piano cabinet with pedals.
Yeah.
I looked up the 10 best digital keyboard because we went to Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Yesterday we went over to we did some shopping yesterday. We're gonna have to buy a new fridge.
Oh,
so we went. Yeah, our fridge is breaking. So anyway, that's a whole other story. But we were kind of shopping around. We went to the Sears outlet and Best Buy, and we were looking at different things. And I said, let's go to Guitar Center. I want to get a keyboard.
Yeah.
And I hate going in there and there's people that play them.
Yeah.
And sing, and this stupid guy is sitting there playing and singing, and he just wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was the only weighted keyboard they had in the store.
Yeah, and you just want to try it?
I just wanted to see it.
Carry on my wayward son.
I'm like, God, come on, man. I mean, every other keyboard they had was just, I don't want to get a basic... I don't want a cheap keyboard. If I'm going to buy it, I want an actual digital piano. And this one has a USB and everything, and line out in USB so I can plug it in the computer.
Good.
And the whole 9 yards. I looked up the 10 best. I did some research, on a couple different sites and tried to find the 10 best digital pianos. And this was one of the top ones. There were 3 out of that list that were Yamahas. This is the only one of the Yamahas that was. They were all weighted in that particular list.
Yeah.
But this is the only one that had an actual cabinet that makes it look like a piano. It's got a pedal board and everything kind of built into the whole thing. You don't have to buy a stand with it. It's a thing.
Oh.
And so I went with it. Yeah. So Yamaha YDP, maybe, tell me what you think.
You have to airdrop me the link or text it to me.
I've got,
I want to see it.
I got it from Sweetwater.
Okay, good. I like Sweetwater.
Yeah. Ashley doesn't know how much it was. But
yeah.
So
I'm curious to see how much this is for a person who...
Keep that to yourself.
Does she not know? Yeah, well, hopefully she doesn't listen to the show. Oh, God. All right, here we go.
I mean, I think it's worth it. Okay, I've got it here. I'm gonna send you the Sweetwater link here.
God.
It was pretty much the same price anywhere you went.
I know. Well, usually those are... I mean, did he negotiate, or did you just order it online?
No, I just ordered it. Okay. It was the same price on Amazon. It was, there was.
Sometimes you can call Sweetwater, and sometimes they have a little wiggle room, and they will.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
If they like you, but
no, I didn't.
All right,
I had a discount code that I used with them.
Oh no, this is a lot like ours. What
do you think?
I don't have the stool. But I have something very similar to that stand look.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's great. I have one of my not this model, but something very similar.
Yeah, you have the micro or the M Audio, right?
No,
because that was in the list too.
No, I have an M Audio for my on the desk, but I have a weighted keyboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's my wife's.
Know. Oh,
I bought it for her a while ago.
Yeah.
And
see, my grandmother has one of these.
Yeah.
And it's not this one. It's very similar to this one.
Yeah.
And since she got it, I mean, it's been years ago. Yeah. I have always wanted one like this because I have a piano that is mine. That's through the family.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I'm ever going to get it.
Yeah.
You pretty much have to hire somebody to move those things, and it's not near. So
yeah, they're great pianos, and I'm sure this will even have better feel than ours. But I love our weighted key. I love playing.
Yeah. So ever since she got that, it's probably been 10 years ago. I have wanted one of these, and but no, the 88 key M Audio was in the list. There were 3 Yamahas in the list, and the one that was at Guitar Center. The one they had was not weighted, but it was a Williams, which I had never heard of.
I think that's a company they own.
Oh, okay. There was a Williams on this list. It was called the Williams Rhapsody 2, and it was kind of similar to this. But I said, I'm going to get it. I'm not going to.
Yamaha's.
I mean, there was also a Casio, but this is the only one that had this kind of a cabinet.
Yeah, Yamaha does really well with digital pianos.
Yeah,
I would highly recommend those.
Well, good. So you think this was a good decision?
Well,
for me, it was kind of
a good decision. I can't say. If you play it, then yeah, maybe. But
no, I plan to.
It's a good piano. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's a good piano.
So yeah, I plan to learn. I'm going to learn. I have decided.
How are you going to learn?
Well, I don't know for sure. I figure I'll probably find maybe an online class or something.
There's a couple lesson apps you can download too. Like one I think is called YouLearn, and it listens to the audio of your fingers. So
so that's what I was hoping to find was something similar to that, or maybe a YouTube channel that has a list of things or something.
I mean, there's stuff like that out there.
I'm not going to go take lessons from somebody, but I will pay if there's something online where I can do it or an app that does it. I mean, if I have to go take it from somebody, I will, but I'd prefer to. I have a pretty good basis that I feel like if I really dedicate to it, I'll be okay.
We'll see. I mean, hey, if I can teach myself how to code, maybe you can teach yourself how to play piano.
So this is my decision. Besides, I thought, you know what? Why not? I mean, I'd love to have a piano. I have a piano that I can't get.
Yeah.
So why not get a decent one?
Wow.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I plan to learn. The reason was because I was watching. I'm such a nerd. I watched the making of Elton John on BBC the other day, and I said, "Damn it! I wish I had really." Taken lessons in college a little more seriously.
Yeah, because you had, and it's funny because everything I know about piano is from those lessons.
I know, me too, too. And I wish I had gone a little further.
Yeah, you and I had a song we wrote together.
Real or Strange,
and you had a really cool, catchy piano
I know,
part
and
for
after
that.
I watched that stupid making of, I went and I researched you douchebag online to try to find that song because I couldn't remember the lyrics, and I found it somewhere random. It was somewhere random that there was an MP3 of it. I don't know where I found it.
Oh, it probably our stage.
And after I heard the first few seconds of it, I remembered all the lyrics.
Yeah,
I was like, yes, I remember finally.
It's a long way home. I have that song.
I love that song. I loved it. It was a great. Well, I just it was random. It was one night. So I loved, and that's my piano part, and that's about the only one that I've ever written.
It is. I mean, it was great. I always, love that song. But I'm kind of like I'm in that big purchase arena right now where Apple came out with new
you were telling me
iPad Pros that are full screen that are as powerful. Like they process things as good as some of the 15-inch MacBook Pros.
Yeah.
They're super powerful. New Mac Mini and a MacBook Air. And I was going to do this Mac Mini, man, but after getting everything I need for it, I'm like, I might as well go high-end 15-inch.
Oh, you got it?
No, I haven't yet.
You okay?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make that make sense for for everybody involved, my family, me. I unfortunately, when you're digging out of debt, you can't really bring those kind of thing home, because those computers start at $2,400, so they're. Ugh.
Well, I figured Ashley also used to play piano, and when I mentioned it to her, she said, "Oh, I'll learn with you." So. It's probably going to sit in here, even though she wants me to put it in the living room, but we'll see. I think it'll probably sit in here. But no, I thought, it'd be cool to have it in the studio anyway. We've had people come in with pianos before. So I am very excited. I'm going to learn. I'm going to sit down and learn this stupid thing. Okay. I get it on Wednesday.
All right.
I'll have it on Wednesday.
Okay.
So I paid to have it, a signature.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what happened the last time I had something shipped here?
Somebody grabbed it and put it in their house.
Yeah,
they dropped it off
with my neighbor.
Yeah, with a neighbor you didn't even know.
My parents sent Ashley flowers for her birthday.
Yeah,
and
we talked about that. Yeah.
And I mean, so I'm thinking to myself, they're not going to take a piano to my neighbor.
I don't know, man.
I will have to assemble it, by the way. So I've got to figure out when they're going to be here so I can come home from work. Try to get it.
It's easy to assemble, though.
Yeah, that's what I really read the reviews before I got this thing. I spent about 3 days researching.
Yeah,
and like I said, I even checked on Amazon because I thought maybe it would be cheaper there. It was the same price. And all the reviews said, great piano, not hard to assemble at all. So hopefully it's not a big deal.
No.
It's a pretty small cabinet. It's similar to my grandma's, but this one's better.
Yeah. No, it is.
Much better.
Yeah. I have something.
I've never had a weighted keyboard.
Yeah,
so I'm excited. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I like it.
And like I said, I have a parlor piano, and one day I'll get it, but I'm not going to pay someone to transport it across state lines.
Costs more than a piano.
Oh, yeah.
itself.
And it also has to be tuned. So, because it's a little old.
Dude, you'd be better off just looking at Craigslist and
I know.
Yeah,
I know. But it's being handed down. It's a family heirloom. So
yeah, hand it down in a fire.
My dad's like, when do you want to get it? I said, when do you want to pay to send it to me?
Yeah. That's the only way I'm taking it.
I want it. I would love to have a parlor piano.
And you finally have a house that can handle it.
I know, and I would love to put it in there, but I'm just, God, I cannot imagine what it's going to cost. I don't have anything to move it in anyway. I helped someone move a piano a few years ago. It was my aunt had a piano, and she moved to a new house, and we went over and helped her move it, and I mean, that was awful.
Yeah.
And it was an old piano, very, very heavy, and it was ridiculous. It took 12 of us and a few skateboards. It was awful.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I don't care if I have one in the wheel or not. I'm not moving it myself.
Yeah, no.
I will hire a company.
Yeah. But they are so much. It's just like, is it worth it?
It's a nice piano, but God, I can't imagine what I don't even want to price it. I don't know what it's going to cost, but I don't even want to price it. I'm sure it's not,
I always wanted a baby grand piano.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. This is a parlor piano, but baby grand would be really. And you can get a digital baby grand. That was $5,000.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I didn't get that.
Yeah, I that's good. Divorce is,
that would have been a little too much.
Yeah.
I think a little over the top.
I don't know how you could convince her. Yeah, that was $500. Like, no, that was the down payment. You'll be paying on it for the next 10 years.
I know, seriously, I could literally put a down payment on a car for the price of. I did look at it. I was like, I wonder how much they cost. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, of course. No. I looked at it too because that's what I wanted. I'm like, nah.
We could take a cruise for that price, the two of us, that has a baby grand in the suite.
Yeah. But you don't get to keep it.
Yeah. So, anyway, but no. But I was excited. I was very excited.
Yeah.
I've wanted to get one for a while. So, as soon as it comes on Wednesday, I'll start figuring out where and how to. Oh, by the way, before we quit here.
Yeah.
When I went to Guitar Center, I don't know if you've been recently, but when you walk in our Guitar Center, it's like most of them anyway.
Yeah.
There used to be the sales counter where they had all the guitar strings and books and things right on the right when you walk in the door.
I heard they got rid of that.
They got rid of it and put in a big inside room that's 3 rooms for lessons.
Yeah, I've read about that online, and a buddy of mine I work with used to work there, and he told me about that.
It was a little obtrusive.
Yeah.
Kind of neat. I mean, I'm sure they're soundproof, but,
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's great, but, I mean, like, those lessons, I think those guys are only making, like, $13 an hour.
I don't think I would want to go there. I mean, maybe, but it was kind of weird. Yeah. It was weird to walk in and see that.
I'm glad I don't do guitar lessons anymore. I mean, I had some really cool students growing up.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience anymore and all that.
Yeah, so
I'll have to teach my daughter someday, and I feel so bad for her. She's going to put up with so much crap. Oh, my God.
I am going to learn the piano, I have decided, because, like I said, I wasn't bad at what I could do.
Yeah.
But I want to know how to actually play it.
Yeah.
Not just chords.
Well, and just like I'm learning how to code. And then you have to do 100 days of piano, #, on Twitter, and then I'll continue doing my 100 days of code.
I'll do it. 100 days of piano. And I'm excited because I signed back up for Apple Music.
You did?
Yeah, because I'm getting sick and tired of Amazon Prime. My wife and I share the Amazon Prime account.
Yeah.
And, you get music with it. So I have that app, and I'm getting tired of every single time I want to play something. Like when I said I was looking up the Goo Goo Dolls, the only thing that was free was the freaking slide.
Yeah.
That was it. The one song.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know what? I'm sick of this. And so I signed, it's $9.99 a month. I don't know how long I'll do it, but I went back for it for at least a month, and I downloaded every Elton John album. I was like, God, there's just some of them.
Dude.
Some of them I had never heard in totality, and they're just so great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think if you listen to a lot of new music or just music in general that you don't own, it's a great. It gets rid of all the guilt from stealing music in our teens, right? You're paying them back. Little by
exactly.
little.
And my new favorite song is Honky Cat, so that's going to be my first song to learn on the piano.
Oh, good luck.
So anyway.
Well, and it's, what is it? It's $100 a year if you do Apple Music in a year.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I did.
I have probably 40 albums downloaded.
Yeah.
And so, and so we're going to have to go. Our guest for next is here.
Yeah.
So that was it. I thought you would enjoy hearing about my purchase.
Yeah.
And, this has been the show. I'm Nick O'Kelly.
I'm Derek Daisy.
We'll see you next Sunday. Hopefully, tune in. We'll have AJ from the Disney Food Blog. I'm hoping.
Yeah, we don't know for sure.
AJ, if you're listening, hey, listen, get back to me on email, and hopefully we'll have her Sunday night.
Yeah.
All right, it's To The Echo Radio Show. We'll see you next time.